we don't really get inheritance like other folk, okay? So through work uses how you're going to get your money, okay? But it's really about how much you keep as opposed to, because I was, you know, young, coming up in my 20s before I got married, and people would say, girl, he make $100,000. Like, that's supposed to impress me, right? Okay, but you know how girls talk. And I was never impressed by that, because I want to know how much you keep in it. I don't care that you make $100,000 a year. If you spending all of your $100,000 a year, then you might as well be making 30 like somebody else.
Amen.
Okay?
Amen.
So we got to keep money after we get it. And as we keep it and we, you know, do our investments and things like that, that's when we're actually going to start seeing it grow. Amen? Okay. So, our 7 steps before we move into our, this is the book, by the way, of what it looks like. This is the 30-minute version, because I didn't buy the whole book, because I don't have that kind of time to be reading all that, okay? So I got the 30-minute version, okay, which just summarizes everything else that he was saying, okay? Now, I said before that Dave and I fell out the minute I read the chapter that said he doesn't believe in credit cards. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you must don't travel, because how you rent a car, how you get a hotel, how do you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember going on our honeymoon, or our second one. We went to London and Paris. And when we got back, we had a message on an answering machine. And they thought somebody had gotten our credit card and was using it overseas. So my husband and I had a decision to make. Do we get this trip free and tell this folk that wasn't us? Or do we, I'll be honest, I momentarily thought about it. And I said, well, God ain't going to bless that. So I had to tell him that was me doing all that spending over there. But that's what I'm saying. How can you travel without a card? You know what I'm saying? It seems like it's impossible to travel without a card. And this is a funny story about my husband. He doesn't believe in, he kind of like Dave, he doesn't believe in credit cards. That's what I said. So, we're on a trip to New York, and we have prepaid for everything. We prepaid for the hotel. We're going to see The Color Purple. So we prepaid for our tickets. And I said, well, you know what, I'm not going to shop this trip. So we don't need a lot of, you know, spending money. We're just going to go chill, relax, and we just need money for food. He's like, okay. So our bright minds came together and said we're only going to take $300. That's what I said, right. So, we said all we going to do is eat, okay? So we go to this restaurant. We go to this restaurant. And you sound like no face. That was stupidity right there. We go to the restaurant, and they said, would you like bottled water? And we're thinking it's going to be just regular, you know. No. They brought us $8 water. But we don't see it until the bill comes, right? And you know, my husband, he's like, $8 for water? So we go to the next one. No, then we started to walk. But then it was cold because it was February. And I had on one of my coats, but I had on heels. You know what I mean? I ain't going to do all this walking. So we paying this cab fare after cab fare. And he's a walker. Like, he doesn't mind walking. But what you're not going to do is walk me forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, I got to get into a cab. So that was an expense we didn't expect. So close into the trip, he says, I need you to break out that American Express. I said, no, wait a minute. You don't believe in credit cards. What you mean? Break out the American, you know. But anyway, but that was my example of showing him you have to have credit. But he just believes in debit cards. His philosophy is if you can't afford it, if you can't afford to spend cash, you don't need it. If you don't spend cash on it, you obviously can't afford it. And I'm looking like, really? This, you know. But it was just so funny when he said, break out that card. And I was like, not my card. What you don't believe in. Okay, so Dave Ramsey, he steps. His 7 steps was, what's our first step? What do we have to do before we do anything else? No, not yet.
Oh.
No, Dave Ramsey. It's on page 6. You gotta put $1,000 for emergency before you do anything. Before you even start paying off debt. Because if you don't have that cushion, by the time you start paying off this, paying off that, you're going to have a blowout on the freeway. You're going to have, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have these emergencies that's going to come up that's going to eat away at what you're trying to pay off. If you can't afford $1,000 and you make $25,000 or less, he suggested $500. Because he doesn't want this number to shock people to not do anything. You got to have some emergency fund, which means you cannot touch it unless it's an emergency. So this is not your play money. Or this is not your, I'm mad at my husband, I'm about to go to the mall money. You know what I'm saying? This has to be legitimately emergency fund money. Your hand was up?
Yeah.
Sure.
So, when I totaled up what I owe on my credit bureaus,
Okay.
$1,000 ain't enough to have as an emergency fund. Because my old is double, triple that.
No, that's okay though.
No,
But
it's not.
it is. Trust me. The $1,000 is not to pay off the debt.
Oh, no, I know what
Okay.
you're saying.
Okay.
I know what you're saying.
Okay.
But by the time I live, save, and try to pay them, I'm going to need some extra over there for an emergency. Because I'm going to be, I'm caught in the squeeze. What am I going to do?
Okay.
Right.
So, well, let's talk. Because I still think it's a way. Only because I've done it. So again, I'm not telling you something that somebody has shared with me. I'm telling you what I've done.
Okay.
Okay? Because it is a way. It is a way to do it. Okay?
Okay.
Second step is then you start paying off debt. So when you leave out of here, I don't want you to go to your credit report and start paying stuff down. Because the minute an emergency happens, it's going to throw you off track. You got to have that emergency money saved first and foremost. Okay? And then once you start paying down debt, he suggests a 3 to 6 monthly salary to put that away. Okay? Because we said many of us are only 1 or 2 paychecks away from being homeless. So if that job boots you out, you got 1 or 2 checks that you really have in your savings, most people. But he said 3 to 6 months is what we should have put away. Okay? And you have to do these in order. Because if you start jumping to 3 to 6, because this is what I did. I did 3 to 6 months first. Then I started paying off debt, and then I did it out of sync. So you got to make sure you follow the order. Okay? And then that 15% goes to your retirement. But before we start paying ourselves, what we need to do? Pay God's house first. Absolutely. So out of your whole check, you should really only be working off of 75%. Why is that? There you go. If you pay God 10%, tithe, you pay yourself 15%, retirement, that's 25%. 75% should then start going to bills and other things. Okay? And that's where we get it kind of backwards. We think we can take that whole 100% and pay bills with it. And then pay God what we feel like. And then our savings is not where it should be.
And you know what? And that's funny too, because me and Jay was talking about that the other day. You could say, okay, my tithes this week is $250. Okay. And then say, you know what? Something comes up, and you'll say, you know what? I'll just pay them next week. So you'll go ahead and you'll pay that. But then in the middle of the week, something else will come up, and it'll be the exact same amount your tithes should have been. Like my car got to get fixed. It's $250. And it's like if I had to just pay my tithes, all of that stuff probably would have never happened. Yeah.
Absolutely. I do our. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I know, like, for myself, sometimes the enemy can make you think that, oh, having more money will, like you said, will change everything.
Right.
And I remember when I didn't have no job, staying by myself, take care of my daughter, and barely had little to no income, and I paid my tithes, I had all my needs were met better than when I did have a good paying job.
Amen.
And doing everything.
And why is that?
Because I paid my tithes first.
There you go. Absolutely.
It's so crazy how the enemy could trick your mind like, this bill is important,
Right.
you won't get in trouble. And,
Right.
you know, it's crazy.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Oh, yes, yes.
What I started doing when I pay my tithes is, you know how I say he'll give back some 60, 40, and 100 fold? I would add a request to it. So I would say, whatever my tithes was, now God, I need you to do this, this, and that. When I tell you, every time I ask him to do it, he would do it. So if you add a request to that tithe, believing that he will, he'll do it.
Right. Amen.
Yeah. I always add an assignment, like, can you please do this? Or, you know, God, I need this done, I need that done.
Amen.
And he does it.
So it's a seed that you're sowing, not a debt that you owe. Because a lot of us think tithing is money that we owe. But think about this. He gives us 100%, and he only asks for 10% from his house. And we can't even give him 10, because we worried about the other 90. No, you need to worry about that whole 100 he giving you. Because that 100, right, you can lose your job. Anything can happen. Your company can go under. Anything can happen. Okay? Once you get that 15%, then you can start doing the extra. Like putting aside money for your kids' college fund. Okay? Paying off your mortgage. Okay? And then building wealth, where you're giving to, you know, different organizations and things like that. Okay? Any questions? All right, so let's break up into groups, and we're going to break this book down. It's called the Total Money Makeover, and we're going to do it chapter by chapter. Okay? So we're going to count off A, B, C, D, E. So we'll have 5 groups. Okay? Start with you. A,
B,
C, D, E, A. You're A. Okay. B, C, E,
A, B,
C.
C, D. Okay? So where are my A's? Okay? So you get together. She's going to come to you? Okay. B's. Where are my B's? 2. Okay. Oh, 3? Okay. So she's pregnant. Y'all come to her. Okay. All right. C's. C's. Just one? C?
No, I'm
Oh, C. Okay. Y'all work it out. Y'all gonna come here? Okay. They're coming to you. Okay. D's. Right here. D. Okay. You want to be back there? Okay. And then E's. Just 2? Okay. So, who's you? A. Who are the A's again?
Over
here. Okay, you got